Hello, this is Math 2231 coming to you from the College of DuPage, and the title of this lecture is Math 2231 Fall 22 Open Reflections. As always, please be an attentive learner while watching this video. One of my favorite analogies, and I think it is quite apt, is that we're on a shared journey. We're taking off at the beginning of the term, we're landing somewhere else, and we benefited from the shared journey. And so we're sharing a vessel, and I and some other people who I'm going to introduce are your flight crew, and you guys are riding with us, but you have an active role to play, and the active role is about learning. And what we're going to be learning about is mathematics. And mathematics is very important to me, and I think it's important to the world. In fact, Galileo said, mathematics is the language with which God has written the universe. I believe this to be true. I also believe that God, in fact, is a mathematician. We're going to be studying calculus, and John von Neumann said about calculus, the calculus was the first achievement of modern mathematics, and it's difficult to overestimate its importance. I think it defines more unequivocally than anything else the inception of modern mathematics and the system of mathematical analysis, which is its logical development, and still constitutes the greatest technical advance in exact thinking. An important subject. Our course is called Math 2231 Section 001, and this is where it meets and when during these dates. And this is the description. This is the first calculus course for students majoring in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And please understand, this is the in-depth calculus sequence. This is not an equally good course, but I call this Business Calculus 2134. Make sure you're in the right course. Topics we cover include lines, circles, functions, limits, continuity, derivatives, and rules for differentiation of algebraic, trigonometric, transcendental functions, related rates, mean value theorems, optimization, curve sketching, and differential, Newton's method, antiderivatives, and integration, and the fundamental theorem of calculus. It is a 5 semester hour course, so it means a lot to your GPA, and there is a lot of content. Calculus is, in fact, the study of limits because the derivative, continuity, and the integrals are also all defined to be very special limits. Down here you see there prerequisites of Pre-Calc 1 and Pre-Calc 2, or the college equivalent, or qualifying score on the math placement test. I want to stress that these prerequisites are, in fact, authentic. You will be required to remember these things. You will be supported if you don't, but the stepping up to these prerequisites is your ongoing challenge. This is the book we're going to use. It's Thomas's Calculus Early Transcendental, the 14th edition, and this is what they have in the bookstore, and we're only going to be using the book. No, my math lab ancillaries are required. I'm your pilot. My name is Patrick James Bradley. My friends call me Jim. You can call me Professor Bradley or Jim if you choose. I was originally born in Davis County in southern Indiana, and sort of look like this, like Santa Claus on vacation. And I've had 3 careers in my life. The first career was studying applied mathematics at Purdue and teaching at Purdue. When I left that career, there was no more math for me to study at Purdue. I went into industry and had about a 20-year career working for companies that had logos like this. I started at Bell Labs. And my whole time in this industry, I did applied mathematics and engineering, or I managed groups that did applied mathematics and engineering, and always in the context of exploratory product development. It was a good time and a good ride and a great experience. I wouldn't trade the experience for anything. My third and perhaps final career, the one I'm doing now, is teaching at the College of DuPage. I've taught mathematics here for a while. I'm a full professor of math, and I've taught actually all of the mathematics courses that we have at the college, and I may be the only person in the current faculty who can say that. I did some serious thinking during the COVID times, and I realized that there were three things that were important to me, and I'm sharing with you now, and these are in order. My number one thing is I want to teach the highest quality course possible. I can teach a good course for you, and that's my goal. I never want you to have to apologize for taking this course at community college. In fact, this course will be as good as courses that you would take elsewhere. My number two thing, but it is my number two thing, is I try to be mindful of students' challenges. But in the end, the student has to, overcome those challenges, and I can try to be mindful of them and help them as I can. But that's my number two objective. And then my number three objective is, within a wholesome discipline, render grades gently. Now, I teach a lot of courses, but I will tell you, in a calculus course, and in particular Calculus 1, this discipline is pretty stern, because this is a prerequisite for Calculus 2, which in turn is a prerequisite for Calculus 3. So these grades will be earned. I'm not alone. I have an able co-pilot. This is Maxwell Harris, and this young man is going to be what we call our guided study group leader. Guided study groups have an impressive record of helping students get good grades, and I expect this to not be any different this year. Maxwell is getting paid for doing this job, and his job is to be a catalyst for you. So he is our GSG leader, but he's also, and I'm involved with him here as well, in COD's Math Club. He was a pioneer in that area, and he is a presidential scholar at the College of DuPage. And his boss, Linda Shaw, who I've worked with closely, is also was a presidential scholar at the College of DuPage. I've been very blessed with working with great people, and Maxwell will continue that tradition. And continuing the analogy, if he is my co-pilot, then this is our ground support, is in the Learning Commons, the Math Assistance area. They have instructor level professionals ready 71 hours per week to help with homework and explain concepts. A great place to go, and they have a very attractive track record. People who are frequent flyers, attending the math assistance area more than 10 times, are in double-digit percentages more successful in their math and science courses. Okay, so you've got an able pilot, an able co-pilot, and ground support. Lots of support. I do have to give you grades, and so it's useful for me to talk about grades and such. Now, one advice I will give you, and some students follow this advice and they benefit from it, but focus on learning the material, and the grades will care for themselves. That's really true. We'll have three primary and equally weighted grading components. One will be some things I call unquizzes and other low stakes assessments, and I'll just stack these up and normalize them to 100 points. Please don't ask me how many there will be and things like that, because that really depends on the journey we're on. And sometimes there's clear air turbulence, but there will be 1/3 of your grade will come from these kind of low stakes assessment. Then we will have a high stakes assessment at the midterm, and that'll be 1/3 of your grade. And that'll be a comprehensive final high stakes assessment at the end of the period, not period, but at the end of our time together at the end of the term. And these will be a third, and third. And so that will comprise your grades. So there'll be a mix of low stakes assessments and high stakes assessments. And there is a element of rigor that will be required. This will be the grading scale that I will use at the end of the term. And again, returning to what I said before, teaching you the very best content course possible is our prime objective. And now I'm including Maxwell Harris into this, as well as the Learning Commons. the road is long and some of it is uphill, but it's straight, and over the hill, there's good stuff. So in closing, now more than ever, time is precious. Each day must count. Do the math. It will make you strong. And now more than ever, take care of yourself, because self-care is important, and take care of each other because we're all in this together. God bless you all, and look forward to seeing you in class.